I'm Insomniac, and this is Lakeshore from Caribou Coffee.
You feel the vibe.
Okay, so today we're looking at another Caribou Coffee. I reviewed one not long ago. Don't remember which one. It would be the other coffee that's by Caribou Coffee. Anyway, this one's called Lakeshore, and you'll see here when I give you a close-up of the bag that it looks like it's been around the block. That's only because it has been here for a little while, so I opened it, sampled it, probably dropped the bag a time or two. So you got a little clip up there that actually matches. Did not come with the coffee. While we're here, let's give you a close-up of the bag. Caribou Coffee, Lakeshore. It says something there like fresh and springy coffee, something like that. Life is short, stay awake for it. I like that. It also tells you, of course, that it's whole bean, it's medium roast. On the side is a little bit about Caribou Coffee. Don't need to read that on screen. Your brew methods and how you should grind it accordingly. Here's a look at the beans. Oh, we lost some. Alright, well, while we have the bag open, let's see what it smells like. It smells like chocolate and a very nice marshmallowy sweetness. So, of course, for me, that triggers Charleston Chew, which Charleston Chews are fantastic. So that smells awesome. Then I have a bit of a fresh leafy aroma. Couldn't tell you what kind of leaves, but something leafy, nice, fresh, new. Then the other aroma I was trying to put my finger on reminds me of Irish Spring soap, which I haven't used since I'm a kid, but yeah, definitely reminds me of Irish Spring soap, which isn't a bad thing, I guess, if you like Irish Spring, although this is coffee, so I don't really know if you'd want that. Whatever. As long as it doesn't taste like Irish Spring soap, we're in business. All right, we're gonna brew some of this up with the French press and see what it smells and tastes like in liquid form. Alright, so we brewed some of this Caribou Lakeshore up with the French press. Let us see what it smells like in liquid form. Oh, well, the main aroma actually just smells like the beans in liquid form, which actually, you would think that that's super common, but it's really not. It smells like warm Charleston Chew. The same type of nice chocolate and cocoa and kind of marshmallowy, whatever that probably chemical stuff is that's inside of it. Then I get a nice mix of cranberry and raspberry, so a really cool red berry, little bit of sweetness, a little bit of fruit to it. I like that. Then you have a little bit of earth, but more specifically, it kind of reminds me of fresh soil, like potting soil right out of the bag, that kind of earth. It's mostly the Charleston Chew and red berries, though, which is a really nice mix of stuff. All right, well, let's see what it tastes like. Well, that's interesting. The first flavor I get is lavender. Wow, that's something. That's actually the biggest flavor that I'm getting. Then I have a nice kind of waxy, nutty flavor. Reminds me most closely, I'd say, to walnut. The next thing I get is actually steamed milk. And for those of you who haven't been on this channel before, I do not ever put anything in these coffees when I review them, or off camera, but that's a whole nother story. This is just black, but it actually tastes like steamed milk, or like it has steamed milk in it. That's pretty cool. It actually adds a really interesting smooth to the profile. Then I have a good amount of earth just kind of riding out the finish. The body with this coffee, at least through the French press, really nice, big, and bold. You really don't have any bitterness, nice and smooth, especially the finish. It's kind of a medium finish. The flavors last a bit, but not 3 minutes after you take the sip. And again, there's no bitterness or anything that would linger anyway that I don't like. And for me, one of the coolest things about this particular coffee is that it's unique. I don't think I've ever had lavender or steamed milk as flavors that I could easily pick out of a coffee. At least not anything that I've reviewed on this channel that I can recall. But anyway, it's unique, and that I do like. Okay. So if I were talking 1 to 10, I would say I would give Caribou Coffee, Lakeshore Fresh and Springy, whatever the hell they're calling this here, I'd give it 8 out of 10. And you might be thinking, I'm actually surprised that it's not higher than an 8, being that you just said that it's so unique and all that good stuff. The only reason that this isn't even higher for me is because in general terms, there are probably other people that are going to watch this who possibly are thinking about buying this coffee, or they're just looking for something new to try. And that's not exactly a kind of nice neutral chocolate or apple or, you know, whatever kind of standard delicious stuff that sometimes you get in coffee. That's a love it or hate it flavor. So it's unique, but it's also fairly off the wall in one direction or the other. So it's not one of those coffees that I could sit here and say absolutely everybody is going to love it. It really depends on your palate and whether or not you like these types of flavors. But overall, I did like the flavors and aromas, and I did appreciate the fact that there's a good amount of uniqueness to it. So yeah, pretty cool coffee. If you've had it, definitely leave a comment, tell everybody about your experience with it, and I'll see you all at the next one.